Okay, part 2 on why I got fired. Again, no animosity, nothing like that, I promise. So my manager comes to me and she was like, can we get you scheduled to go to Chicago? And I told her, I was like, hey, I don't want you guys to pay for the plane tickets and the hotel. This is what's going on. The interview went really good. I have a working interview in 8 days. And she was like, hey, I totally understand. You got to do what you got to do. Got to pay your bills. Midday, while I'm working with patients, I get pulled into the office with the manager and the 2 doctors, and they were like, you basically gave us an ultimatum. Made me sound so malicious, and said that they halted the brakes on giving me a 4th day because I wasn't going to Chicago, or pushed on the brakes, whatever. And I was like, that's not fair. You guys didn't mention it to me during the hiring process or talk to me at all really about it, and had no weight to it, right? It just seemed like, oh, if you could go, great, you know, whatever. It wasn't like, actually, to keep your job you need to. Obviously I didn't say that, but I did explain that I didn't feel like there was open communication, and I kept getting pushed around whether I was going to get 4 days sooner than later. They said, we need to know an answer by tomorrow. And I was like, an answer for what? Like, that I'm working here or Chicago or what? My manager comes to me later and she was like, hey, I just want to clear the air. And I told her, I was like, I really don't like that you said that I gave you an ultimatum. Like, I'm not malicious. That's not how you and I's conversation went. Like, you were in support of me. And she was like, that was the verbiage that the doctors used, not me. And I was like, the doctors weren't in our conversation. So the next day was not the working interview. I was working in my hometown. I get a text at the end of the day like, hey, did you make your decision? And I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to Chicago. They're like, does this mean you're proceeding with the other office? And I said, I do not have an answer for you at this time because my working interview is a week from today. And they're like, because you are pursuing other offices and cannot go to Chicago, we are going to terminate this working relationship. So I got fired like 13 hours before I had to be in the office, after being vulnerable, after saying like, hey, struggling to pay bills, that's why I need a 4th day. And it's fine, it's okay, but it really, really threw me off. And it's okay. Like, I had been there for like a month and a half, barely. That's the shortest place I've ever worked. I've never been fired before. And I think it just hurt, like, ego-wise. I think it was for the best, truly. I had heavily prayed about it, like, Lord, please, if one of these jobs is not for me, remove them. Please make this so clear. And that is exactly what he did. He made it so obviously clear, and I am so happy. And I started my new job, today's Friday, on Wednesday, and it's been going great. It's so good. And I know that the other office is going to find a hygienist who can travel more and might be okay with 21, 22 hours a week for now. But unfortunately, that just wasn't me, and that's okay. And I have a cute little puppy. Hi, JJ. Please don't lick me. I know I shouldn't have told them about the working interview, but I didn't want them to pay for the plane ticket and room. I just felt so bad. I don't know.